Good evening. So this week, I would say that the time that I spent the most on was the website, NetSmarts. I really liked the information, the content, the videos, the games, and to prepare myself to deliver these to my children, I wanted to explore. So that really brings me to my aha this week, and this is an essential website. I'm really grateful that we were able to explore it this week for class because now I'm going to use it as a parent. I'm not sure that, Generation Text fully understands what the internet is. It's as if they see it from their own point of view only, and they don't realize how expansive it really is. There's people like myself who can remember a time in the library where we would use the card catalog to find information books. It was a very, very difficult process. Compared to the internet now, we could type in the title of a book and instantly read it in a number of ways, electronically, a PDF online, a website. You could go to something like SparkNotes, get the rundown. I'm sure you could find a YouTube video of someone reading it. There's audiobooks. It's all at their fingertips instantly. And I don't think that they fully understand what the world was like before there was all this internet and technology. They don't realize what it was like to cook your food before a microwave. So I'm really liking the website, NetSmarts. I don't think I realized as a parent the number of online situations that I would need to discuss with my kids, the different concerns. I'm not even sure that I completely understood how many different areas of netiquette that there could be. And I'm grateful for that because I'm realizing that children, they don't have this concept of the internet being the entire world and what's really out there. I really enjoyed that. First I watched the 6 Degrees of Information video. I didn't note it. Hopefully that's how the title of it was. And the gentleman was showing the group of teenagers in 6 clicks what could he find out about them. And I thought this was really important. I don't think that children, teenagers, Generation Text fully understand what sort of information is out there and how it can be connected, what people can, assume, gather, research from your internet activity. It's all out there. Granted, if you're not online, like the first young gentleman, you might not have much information online. However, that can also be false. I have to tell you about this really crazy story. I have a coworker, and she is completely resistant to technology. She cracks me up, still has a Rolodex, and she advocates for lack thereof the internet, so no social media. She does not have a cell phone, cracks me up. So one day she comes in my office and she asked me a question about Googling the internet, and I Googled her. And she's like, well, there's not going to be anything. I'm not online. And I knew she lived in Washington before, and I said, hey, Laura, that's her name. Didn't you live in Washington? Look, here's your address in Washington. And it pulled up. I had no idea she was married before. Terrible story. She thought the man was deceased that she had been married to before. And from that page, I was like, oh, look, it says that you were married to whatever his name was, and it was hyperlinked. I clicked on it, and it took us to his Facebook page. Well, he was not deceased, and he was living a completely, apparently, alternative life than he had before, as far as values, religion, different things. So even if you're not on the internet, there's still a lot of information out there. I had no idea that just by showing her how you could Google someone, that I was going to learn about her, all of these things. She just started crying in my office, and this entire story came out. And by no means was there any intention on either of our parts for that to happen. So this just illustrates an adult who's not online and the type of information that is out there. Had I been a really good investigator without her breaking down and telling me these details, I could have possibly have figured that out. I don't know. I could have looked into the facts and seen. But in this video, 6 degrees of information, this is very clear. So the gentleman, very active in sports, whatnot, did not have a big internet profile. But another girl, he knew all about her from her mother's blog. So we're connected to all of these people, and these connections are information, and it's easy to find out a lot of information. I think one of the most controversial issues I've heard when teaching some social media classes is when someone finds out about a death because of social media. So I've heard stories of immediate family, extended family, friends, people, they haven't seen for years. Friends, they see a post and that's how they found out. And there's a lot of questions behind what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. But, kids, Generation Text, they're not aware how all this information can be gathered from other people just because of your online connections. So I thought this video was really important. We had a girl who posted everything on the internet. It sounded like each meal of the day. She was proud. She knew what they were going to find. Her information was very superficial. Wasn't really deep, and I think she needs to really understand there's dangers, how strangers could take that information and persuade her or convince her how well they know her. There are other risks. And then we had the gentleman at the end who I honestly don't believe he thought that they would find the information that they did, but he described how he's cheating on his girlfriend, alternative profiles, and how he linked all these from common pictures and common usernames. Again, children, Generation Text, they do not understand the magnitude of the internet and the information out there. On NetSmart, I told my kids this weekend we would be sitting down and actually taking time to go through different things. I do want to watch the videos with my kids, have follow-up discussions, answer questions. I've been going through the videos and watching them. There were some teenage ones, and I realized I'm glad I seen them. I would not want to start with those conversations. I know I'm going to have them with my daughter and eventually my son, but those videos were in the teen section meant for the teens. My daughter's 10. So moving down to the tweens, I found lots of great videos. I like how on the side of NetSmart, to the right, they have stuff to know for the kids. They really break it down as bullet pointed right there. You could even, snip these and print them out easily. They had printouts, brochures, handouts. But in the videos, I've already watched a couple, like the Split Decision, and I'll be watching that with my daughter. I like how they do what I would say almost side-by-side comparisons of the same scenario with the girl making a split decision and the results, which in things such as harassment, negativity, and then when she takes her time, she thinks about it, she makes a reasonable statement to begin with to the other person, they're able to sort things out and work things out. So I thought that the NetSmart, and I particularly like the NS Teens section of it, which was the tweens, that the videos were really good. I noticed they had games. I haven't played these. I will be, with my son. He loves video games. And I've learned if I can find websites that have engaging games on subject matters, that is a way for me to get his attention. So as Dr. Ozit said this week, being flexible as a parent, definitely being an active parent, that's what this NetSmarts is going to provide for me. And I've already seen how each of my children will be better engaged and I think better learners in different areas. And I think after watching the 6 Degrees of Information that this will be a common discussion in my house so that my children completely understand how anything they put on the internet is a possibility of being public and used against them. I think we all can agree that things can easily be manipulated on the internet as well, to convey a message that ultimately is a lie. So this is going to be really important for my children to realize. They need to realize the people that they are connected to also has a direct effect on them. I was watching the meeting offline video on the tween section, and this is also something I've already started discussing with my kids, and it's a scary matter, really. But the children impressed me. Most of them in the movie or the video are responding that they would not go meet them, and that they would talk to a parent. If they were even thinking about it, they would seek advice. So that's reassuring. I want to be sure my children would do this also. In that video, there on the side, a reminder about the, dangers of strangers, and also how you should never keep a secret from your parents. It also mentions that you need to share your password with parents. And it highlights that idea that being honest and open about the internet is the best thing. And that's my philosophy with my kids. And I realize we need to have these hard discussions about people who want you to keep secrets, why they would do that, and the hard decisions that follow when you choose not to reply to that person, not to respond. So I'll be using NetSmart as a parent to help educate my children about internet safety. I think it's critical. I think it's important. Cyberbullying is a very real threat. We talk about that this week. And being educated, having scenarios that you can respond to. Dr. Ozit speaks a lot towards role playing so that your children have a response. And I'm going to use NetSmarts to try to accomplish all of these things with my children. So I hope you guys enjoyed the website as much as I did, and hopefully some of your parents will be spending as much time as I think I will be in the future. Dr. Ozit also provided a list which included that website and some others, so I'll be checking those out as well. I know that internet safety is now a critical part of parenting. We have to educate our children. I hope everyone has a great night. I look forward to your comments. Thank you.